All right. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'm your host, Sean. Hope everyone's having a great day. All right, so this video is a direct response to what the U.S. Mint had announced last week regarding the upcoming uncirculated set. All right, and this is, I believe, 10 coins altogether. And it's a set that they release every year. It's traditionally known as the U.S. Mint set. It's not a proof. It's not a reverse proof or silver proof. It's just the standard business strike coins in one collection. Okay, and for those of you that have been following all of the news and things going on like that, last year the U.S. Mint had inserted into all of their mainline sets a proof West Point coin, which last year it was the Lincoln cent, or Lincoln Shield cent rather. In the silver proof set, they inserted a reverse proof Lincoln cent. And in the uncirculated set for last year, they went and did a business strike West Point. The business strike West Point was extremely popular to the grading and flipping crowd. The coins that I could remember commanded many thousands of dollars on the secondary market, which really, it threw a lot of shade to the proof and reverse proof coins, which were spectacular, by the way. They're pretty coins. But people were really looking forward to the business strike because it's so much more challenging to find, say, that Mint State 70 full red coin with virtually no imperfections. And that's a coin with a first strike designation or week of, or whatever. Was a coin that sold for a ton of money. Okay, just go ahead and check previous sales reports on eBay and online other auction sites. So here we are, 2020. We're coming up to the latter stages of 2020, as crazy and stupid as it was. I think I'm ready to turn that page. But I saw a meme, that said 2020 was horrible, and it showed 2021, hold my beer, and I'm like, no, we're not going there. It's going to be a new positive light direction. And I did everything. I caught the thing, and got through it, and I called me blessed or whatever, but anyways, that was 2020 in a nutshell. But not to veer too far off track, the program continued on for 2020. Okay, we had the regular proof set that came out, and you were able to score one of the brand new, in order, of course, this guy here, which is the 2020 West Point proof nickel, which is fantastic. Even though I'm not a crazy fan of the obverse design, I know it's been like 10 years or 14 years rather. And then the silver proof set had one of these, the reverse proof 2020 West Points. I don't know why I still have them in the packaging. I gotta put them in flips somewhere. And then, as you would expect, the uncirculated set, which is supposed to come out November 30th, and it still is, would have the uncirculated 2020 West Point. Again, it's going to be a huge target for graders. They're going to buy it, get full steps on it for the very first time, a full steps West Point nickel. Okay, and they're really gunning for the Mint State 70 because it's like, you live and die by the sword, and you're all in. When you're sending like 20 or 30 of these to PCGS for a first strike and full steps and Mint State 70, and that's to be a coin that's to be worth a lot of money. Well, guess what, guys, boys and girls? Because of the messed up production, staffing, and all that, because of Corona, they are not doing the West Point uncirculated business strike nickel. I know. Cue in the crowds that throw tomatoes at the Mint. Which I guess this really affirms that the West Point Mint is not operating to maximum whateverness. Okay, maybe their main goal and focus has been bullion. We do have a couple really stunning upcoming coins from the West Point Mint, I believe, that are coming out the final quarter of the year. But yeah, that's crazy. They're not going to be doing the 2020 West Point Jefferson nickel business strike coin in the upcoming uncirculated release. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my mug here. And this is actually the press release section of the U.S. Mint. October 7th, 2020, they made the announcement that the upcoming uncirc set releasing on November 30th will not have that nickel. Okay, so at that point, it's like, well, there you go. There goes the draw for the one set that they usually year in, year out have a huge, huge issue in moving. Okay, and this nickel promo was supposed to be a big deal. It was supposed to be one of those coins that people were really looking for, the trifecta: first strike, full steps, mint state 70. Put them all together, man. We're talking about a coin that could possibly, right out of the gate, could be worth or valued around $10,000. I'm not playing. Based off of what the Lincoln Cent sold for last year, there were some early sells that eclipsed $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. I'm not making this up. You guys go back and look at previous auction records, watch count or whatever you guys use for eBay. But insane, crazy. And the Jefferson nickel would have been right there, top tier. I'm all choked up. I can't believe this is happening. Oh, man. But pretty crazy. If you thought that was not the most favorable thing to happen, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual mint set that's going to be releasing November 30th. Just so you guys know, and you know a little bit extra information. Because that's not all. Uncirculated coin set 2020. Okay, so the issue price is $25.25. Okay, which seems cheap. You know, I think it would have been like $29 with the nickel, even though it's a free deal. The price will change. However, it's not in there. But take a look at this little number right here. This was also talked about in the press release. Product limit of 213,000 pieces. Sets, rather. That's it. No, that doesn't mean the mintage is 213,000, because these are all business strike coins. Okay, there's going to be millions and trillions of these made. Millions and billions. I wouldn't say trillions. We're not quite to that level. However, this is going to be a limited release uncirculated set. Now, why exactly did they throw out such a low number? Okay, generally the U.S. Mint sells anywhere from 400 to 500,000 mint sets without the aid of any sort of special freebie like the West Point coinage. So it's not a high volume selling set. Okay, same with the proof, same with the silver proof set. They've always been low volume sets. Okay, it's been like that for about 10 years. You would have to go back 10 years to find better sales on all of these sets respectively during that time. So what's the end game? Why is it 213,000? Number one, okay, the prospect of not having that nickel come out is going to throw a big old bucket of ice water on the crowds that were expecting it. Okay, myself included. I was going to be all in for probably maybe 10 sets because I wanted to give a few away for my holiday drawing. And I'm not going to do that anymore. It's just no use to buy this thing anymore. 213,000. They're also anticipating lower sales. Okay. However, as negative as this all sounds, there is kind of like that silver lining that a lot of people probably should know about. If you were to keep these sets assembled, they might be worth something. I don't know. It's only 213,000 sets, which would make it one of the lowest production limits of a mint set of its kind. Probably going back since the 50s, maybe 1954 or 55, when the mint sets were still being housed in the cardboard things that create the toning and, you know, kind of like a fold-out folder format. So very interesting news that I wanted to personally address. And some of you are going to ask, you know, are you going to buy any? You know what? The mintage limit doesn't really incentivize me to buying some of this because I have to be a realist in all this. At the end of the day, they are uncirc sets. They're common pocket change if they weren't, you know, if it wasn't for the fancy holders and, you know, the certificates and all that stuff. I mean, that's what you have right there. That's what you're receiving. You're receiving a P&D set of the coins with no cherry on top, and I would venture to guess no whipped cream and sprinkles. Okay, this is just going to be 2 scoops of ice cream, and that's all you're getting. No, I'm not getting into this. I don't generally purchase proof silver, proof, or uncirculated mint sets every year. I don't. Okay, the big draw was the West Point coins, and they're not going to do it. Now, the real question, and it's never been hinted at or discussed behind the scenes, will they figure a future release for the coins? And what's going to be the stipulations for that? Are they going to say, oh yeah, you know what, here we are, first quarter of 2021, and we're going to go ahead and actually fulfill on the promise of the 2020 West Point Business Strike nickels? You guys have to be absolutely careful because you might be buying these sets. They're probably going to pull all of the orders of the people that ordered this specific set, in which I told you that I'm probably not going to order, and leave it up to the mint to actually do something like this. They're going to produce 213,000 Jefferson nickel 2020 West Point Business Strike uncircs and send them out to every single person that ordered this set in quantity. Let's say you ordered 5 sets. They're going to send you 5 nickels. Let's say you ordered 100 sets. They're going to go ahead and send you 100 of those coins. Ooh. You know what? You're playing, I'm not saying you're playing with fire, but man, there is a lot of smoke going around in this subject, and things may not seem as they appear. Yes, it's not made available on the actual for sale set on November 30th. But do you take a chance and actually buy maybe 5 of them and spend $140 or however it's going to be, with a chance that they may produce these next year? I don't know. And that's the thing that's really, really, really scaring me, is that, you know, it could be an opportunity loss. And with the fact that the mintage is 213,000, if they made 213,000 2020 West Point Jefferson nickel uncircs, that's going to be something that's a blindside a lot of people, and people are going to be kicking themselves in the gonads by the time it's all. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? It's like you're going to be feeling like this pressure of pain in the pit of your stomach, and maybe lower if you're not careful. I don't know. I am so much on the fence. I am sitting on the fence, straddling both sides, and I just don't know what to do. This is one of those things where I cannot give you guys a definitive, choice in the matter, whether or not you should purchase this. But man, oh man, this is going to be epic. And I don't know. Let's see what happens, guys. But there you go. Yeah, that's the news on this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry to keep you guys too long and suspenseful and all that great stuff. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. I want to thank you guys for joining in on this video. As always, like, share, subscribe, hit that good old bell for instant notifications. And yeah, I appreciate your guys' time on this video. You guys take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.